In linguistics, derivation is the process of forming a new word on the basis of an existing word, for example happiness and unhappy from happy, or determination from determine. It often involves the addition of a morpheme in the form of an affix, such as ness, and ation in the preceding examples. Derivation stands in contrast to the process of inflection, which means the formation of grammatical variants of the same word, as with determine determining determined. Derivational patterns. Derivational morphology often involves the addition of a derivational suffix or other affix. Such an affix usually applies to words of one lexical category and changes them into words of another such category. For example, the English derivational suffix ly changes adjectives into adverbs. Examples of English derivational patterns and their suffixes: adjective to noun, ness; adjective to verb, eyes in British English or eyes in American English and Oxford spelling; adjective to adjective, ish; adjective to adverb, ly; noun to adjective, al; noun to verb, fi; verb to adjective, able; verb to noun, ants; verb to noun, However, derivational affixes do not necessarily alter the lexical category. They may merely change the meaning of the base, while leaving the category unchanged. A prefix will rarely change lexical category in English. The prefix "un" applies to adjectives and some verbs, but rarely to nouns. A few exceptions are the derivational prefixes n and b. N is usually used as a transitive marker on verbs, but can also be applied to adjectives and nouns to form transitive verbs, circle and circle. But richer in rich, larger in large, rapture in rapture, slave in slave. Derivation can also occur without any change of form, for example telephone into telephone. This is known as conversion, or zero derivation. Derivation that results in a noun may be called nominalization. This may involve the use of an affix, or may occur via conversion. Derivation and inflection. Derivation can be contrasted with inflection, in that derivation produces a new word, whereas inflection produces grammatical variants of the same word. Generally speaking, inflection applies in more or less regular patterns to all members of a part of speech, while derivation follows less consistent patterns. However, it is important to note that derivations and inflections can share homonyms, that being, morphemes that have the same sound, but not the same meaning. For example, when the affix is added to an adjective, as in small it acts as an inflection, but when added to a verb, as in cook it acts as a derivation. Derivation and other types of word formation. Derivation can be contrasted with other types of word formation such as compounding. For full details see word formation. Note that derivational affixes are bound morphemes. They are meaningful units, but can only normally occur when attached to another word. In that respect, derivation differs from compounding, by which free morphemes are combined. It also differs from inflection in that inflection does not create new lexemes but new word forms. Productivity. Derivational patterns differ in the degree to which they can be called productive. A productive pattern or affix is one that is commonly used to produce novel forms. For example, the negating prefix "un" is more productive in English than the alternative "in." Both of them occur in established words, but faced with a new word which does not have an established negation, a native speaker is more likely to create a novel form with "un" than with "in." See also, agglutination, collocation, inflection, nominalization, word formation, word root. References. Speech and Language Processing, Jufusky, D. and Martin J., H. External links, http://www.sil.org Glossary of linguistic terms. What is derivation? HTM